Because now, you will run, that's very true. You will be forced to marry just to live a double life because now there is a law. But for how long will this continue? So the best is now. Before the bill is passed, we fight for it. What we have done so far, I think I need to talk about that a little bit. Let me just say the dangers of this bill. Whether the bill becomes a law or not, it has already exposed most of the LGBTI people into different things. This is now where people are already taking things like that. It's already a bill, extortion comes in, people are already beaten. When we talk of extortion, this is now when either the police will arrest you, they will keep you inside, and yet the law of Uganda says when you are arrested, you are not to stay inside the police for more than 48 hours. But in this case, you will stay simply because the police has no case. You have no case in police. You get it. That's number one. Number two, the police is aware that you have the money because they know that all the homosexuals globally have a lot of money. They are the ones who come to Africa to recruit us, to train us to be homosexuals by giving us money. So we are rich. So anybody who gets us, those people have money. And you know the history, I don't know much. Do you have money here? In Sweden, do you have money? If you have, give me some. Yeah. This can also happen within your neighbors, especially if they know you that you're gay. They can just go the other way around and then waylay you with someone, probably. Then they get you. Or you can also be good from a bar. So they can plant someone there who is charming, sexy, cute. Then your heart falls apart and say, oh, hello, And then as you go, you are trapped. And this is happening actually. I've seen it. Yeah. I was also a victim at one point. But thank God I was empowered. I managed to get out of it. All the organizations which has been working to promote the human rights awareness and as well as working with the LGBT organizations will be deregistered as stipulated in the NGO board. Within internal affairs ministry, which is responsible for NGO registration. It's actually called NGO board, and it was mentioned clearly that any organization which is working towards improving on the human rights aspect of it shall be closed. Because what people now know, when you talk about human rights, it's about gay issues. You get it? Nobody thinks that we are talking about child abuse, child sacrifice, women abuse, something like that, rape, They don't think of that. They only think those ones are the ones who are supporting the gay community, which is wrong. But it's our duty to say, no, human rights is not just about being gay, but human rights is about right for everybody. There is no right for gay, there is no right for heterosexual. It's human right must be respected, and human rights is human right for all. That's all I know. The other thing is all the LGBT organizations which has been working visibly shall be forced to close. And maybe, if possible, you can work underground. So automatically, some of the organizations like Queer Youth Uganda, my organization, we managed to register. Definitely when they pass the bill, they will withdraw the certificate from us, automatically. But by the time they withdrew the certificate from us, some of us could have been arrested. You get it? So the best reason is to close first before you get arrested for the time being. The other thing is, then when you close, what will happen? You have to continue working. Then you have to have an office as a briefcase. Everything has to be in your bag. This is what will happen. But of course, you cannot just quit. But in this case, I feel so sad. Like, what we have achieved for the last 20 years, 15 years, it's gone. That's my problem now, my word. It's gone. Where is life? It's not there anymore. It's not there. Active organization leaders of the LGBT organizations who have been on the front page for advocacy, lobbying, or any concern will face the arrest. This is now us. Because they know us. We have been everywhere. Either in Geneva or in African Commission. We always talk about, say, put Uganda on the front. Put this. Uganda came up for review, universal periodic review, because of us. So now they know. It's easy to get them. They know it's easy to get us. They know where we live, where we stay. It's just a question of saying, when do you want them? And they pick you. The same thing, that the activists will still go through pain. Like for me, I was actually beaten. See, my arm here, even I still have a lot of pain here now, inside, the back, here. I was butchered in my own house. Not once, 3 times. So if the bill is still a bill, it's not a law, this is happening to activists. What about if it becomes a law? So this is very dangerous. All the allies, partners, and others shall be forced to close or pay a heavy penalty by government under the clause of the bill, which says promotion, and this includes the Foreign Ministry, Amnesty International, and all organizations working to promote the human rights part of it. So this is what I was telling you. There's that clause. When the bill is passed, you have to close and go, because Uganda will say, this is our territory. You have no room. And indeed you have no room, you close and you go. I'm almost finishing. Are you tired? Are you bored? No. Okay. How many minutes do I have? I still have time. When I'm boring you, please raise your hand and I'll shut off. What we have done so far, we have done quite a lot of things, like what I'm doing now here. We are busy running left and right, talking to people. We are busy, immediately when the bill was passed, actually what we did, we had to call a meeting on the 21st of December with all the allies. We have what we call the coalition on human rights and constitutional law, which was formed immediately after the bill was formed in 2009. So this coalition has about 60, 50 something organizations, I don't remember now. And out of these organizations, there are only about 11 or 10 organizations which are LGBTI. So what we also decided as a strategy is that we, the LGBTI, since we have been accused, we don't have to talk. We will use these allies to speak on our behalf. One of the mandates we gave them was to consult us, the LGBT community, because the center is in us. We know a lot what is supposed to be put. Writing press release statements, that was actually one of the major issues. And also the other one was to actually translate this bill, because it's about 10-page document. You know, as Ugandans, Africans in general, we have very poor background of reading. My friend there can tell you. Personally, I've never read a book to finish. So when you bring this 10-page document, 15, even members of parliament, first of all, the education is very low. Very low, by the way. That's why they just pass bills unknowing. They're very low. So you find someone has just completed senior 6, he will help you because he studies here, so he knows much more about it. So when they bring, they just say, anti-homosexual bill, yes, we will pass this bill. But nobody knows the context inside the bill. Nobody has an idea. Nobody, because it's first of all huge. And now on top of that, the majority of the people who are in support of this bill are all from the ruling government. And then the other side is our government has a lot of money to bribe you, including the money SEDA gives them for development cooperation, which I don't see, you know. Why are we not asking this government to show us the accountability of this money SEDA is giving them? But they have the money to give to bribe people to pass the bill. This bill has been used as a political turmoil. And for example, the president's wife was actually implicated in the mismanagement of funds